Like, it don't matter who you are, how much you make. I'm dropping back. I work at 10, so I can pull this off a little different. Since I don't gotta be up at 7, I gotta be up at like 8. I usually give myself an hour and 15 to get ready, but I'm giving myself a little later. It's an hour 35. I'm gonna get like a little back. It's the socks though, like. Hey, Pete, my nigga don't got no socks on. Yeah. Bro, 2K, y'all been recycling the same hairstyle since y'all got in the league, bro. That's just one part.
Those kicks, MP.
I'm just get like that, because my hair like naturally.
Yeah. Man, the crowd looks hot tonight. Better come with me.
I want to see the back. I want some weird shit. I had the same hat for about 2 months. Bro, I ain't hooped in like a year. Almost a year. Cause I'm a Uber, bro. That's just my bag. Ooting is me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's not that I ain't hoop. I just, I only go to the gym to shoot. I was at work. I was going to shooting because after the time I went to the gym, I was injured with my knee, so I didn't really have time to like really put in a like step into the basket. Where I just worked on my shooting around the puck a little better. I think still my knee is whack, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta get like a new like brace or something.
And a peek into the locker room. Players soaking in the last few moments. Greetings from 2K Sports. Welcome to our Wednesday night. With a new season underway, what are some areas that are challenging for players to get used to again, Grant?
You know, BA, I think being on the road again in general, making sure you continue to eat right, get the proper rest, getting into a routine as quickly as possible. That's what's the most challenging at first.
So here's the Clippers starting group. Powell and Leonard, the veteran, set on the wings. It's Batum at the power forward with Zubac at center. And it's Harden in at the point. Here's the great. Van Vliet, the pass to the great. Ooh, nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
Pass to Batum. Now Leonard. Clock at 6. That one falls.
Hey, when it does that,
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow.
Post,
things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Step aside.
Van Vliet against Harden. Van Vliet, the pass to the great. Here's Green. Pass to the great. Back to Green. Here's the great. Turned in an outstanding game against Washington. Smith outside. There's the triple. Leonard pulls down the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Harden can't hit.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Oh, stolen by Harden.
Like he's literally right next.
Pass to Leonard. Launches it. Rebounded by Green.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Now here's Van Vliet. downtown. Doesn't go for him. The Clippers have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. And Grant, the Clippers have strung together 13 straight winning seasons. But at the same time, it feels like they've left a lot on the table.
Yeah, with all their star power over that time, they've made it past the second round of the playoffs only once. And that fan base is restless.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Batum gets the bucket.
Batum's 6'8", but really sneaky with those long arms. Can go inside and score.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You look at the Timberwolves, they're making moves up the standings, claiming that 4th spot.
Well, I think for Houston, they were hoping to begin the year better. It's still too soon to hit the panic button, but they're heading in the wrong direction.
Here's the great, putting up 23 points per game. He's proved how reliable a threat he is. The Clippers in the lead. Leonard inside, guarded by Van Vliet.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Good on the shot.
Yeah, just effortless on his drives. I mean, Smith is such a smooth finisher. Very agile for a guy with his size.
Here's Harden. After the Rockets picked up a basket a moment ago. Leonard finds Harden. Batum with a screen on Van Vliet. Hits the trifecta.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for Houston. They trail by 3. And this matchup with Los Angeles, their first meeting of the season. The great with the bucket.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's Powell. Coming off a solid outing against Oklahoma City. Back to Harden. Puts up a 3. And Los Angeles another 3.
And Batum has the answer locked and loaded from the three-point line.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 8 so far. Pass to the great. Smith outside. Here's the great. Leonard defending. Here's the great. And that one is hammered home.
Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Just an awesome display of athleticism on our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Harden. Hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them. Batum outside. Pass to Harden. The 3. Rebounded by the great. The great's got 4 rebounds now. Green, the pass to the great. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. The great's got 9.
He's firing on all cylinders. Has to be happy with his 4 of 5 shooting from the field so far.
Powell outside. Back to Harden. Batum outside. Here's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Batum's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
And Batum pretty consistent from the three-point line. Defenses cannot afford to give him that kind of slack.
And what you like about James Harden, he can play with any set of teammates, Brent.
We're seeing this transition, BA, right, from Harden being this elite offensive system by himself to now being a better teammate, a guy who can facilitate and set guys up to make better offensive plays. So not shouldering the entire load anymore. He's been very flexible over the past couple seasons.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you. The Clippers have got half their attempts to go, 6 of 12. Powell outside from deep. And Los Angeles another 3.
Great job by Norman Powell off the catch.
Here's Green. Yet to see a basket. Smith outside. Pass to the great. And the call will be against James Harden. That's his first foul of the game. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. And Houston will go for a different look here. Steven Adams checked in for Landale. Eason comes in for Smith. Dylan Brooks checked in for Green. And Holiday subbed in for Van Vliet. Ben Simmons is checked in for the Clippers. Bogdanovich comes in for Powell. The great with the bucket.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
The Clippers lead by 3. Pass to Simmons. Harden with it. He's got 5. Outside Bogdanovich. Off target from three-point range. Houston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Holiday passes to the great. And here's Adams. Holiday with the ball to the paint. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
Hey, he's been efficient and effective. He's already hit 6 buckets out of 8 looks.
Harden against Holiday. The 3 is up. Rebounded by the great. The great's got 5 rebounds in the game.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Hey, hangs in midair and converts
I'm
the
trying
double
to
clutch
tell
layup.
Harden, bro,
The
who
Greats
I
got 15
am, bro. I
points.
get in, get a yelly of his life.
I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. Pass to Simmons. Leonard for 3. It's hauled in by Houston.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 7.
He got his timing down.
Oh my. Big Ben showing us how it's done.
And the Rockets shooting an excellent 56% in this quarter. Here's the great. He's got 15. Pass to Holiday. Here's the great. Just 5 to shoot. The rebound by Simmons.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around
I
just
think
a
it's
little
just
bit
like
faster to
this
get open
2K. Like,
spots.
I'm a meter shooter. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I need to like visualize because of just like I'm not that timing, forcing the visual, cue timing on yourself, which is not a realistic take.
Completely new group for the Rockets.
So I gotta
and Los
see my meter.
Angeles
This
making a
meter
change
sucks.
here.
This is like the worst meter in the game. I literally spent so much time to figure out if there was a better meter in the game. So,
Harden the open look. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it
this
falls.
and, like, the lane
He's
of
got
Jody.
7.
Well, a master from the mid-range. Harden's so good at finding available space from that distance.
Smith out there with Jeff Green. Then there's Whitmore. Then it's Fred Van Vliet. And it's the great. And at the 3 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Pass to Whitmore. Shot clock at 5. Here's the great. Defended by Harden. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. And Los Angeles making a change here. Simmons is checked in. The Clippers lead by 5. Here's Powell. Offensively, he's been a force. He's putting up around 19 points a game. Here's Harden. It's hauled in by Houston. The great's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Smith. Here's the great. Back to Smith. It's stolen by Bogdanovic. By himself. And then Bogdanovic with the dunk.
Well, Bogdanovic showing he's got speed out on the wing and running hard to fill the lane.
Here's the great. He's got 15. Van Vliet outside. 4-3. Finally gets one to go. That makes him 1 for 5 in this game.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
Now Harden. He has 7. Simmons finds Bogdanovic. Yes. And that's Simmons with the assist. Bogdanovic has got 8.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
Here's the great. Now covers. 6 on the shot clock. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Harden.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. All right, let's take a moment to appreciate some of the NBA's toughest defensive teams. The Rockets, #1.
And this team has been completely dominant. Fewest points per game allowed in the league. These guys are talented. They trust each other. They work together. And you just won't find better coaching on the defensive end of the floor.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Powell outside. Pass to Leonard. And here's Bogdanovic. Back to Powell. Lets it go from deep. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
And no matter how many minutes he gets, Norm Powell is always ready to shoot, Brent.
Oh, man, B.A. Norman Powell has consistently been in that be-ready club off the bench. He can come in and score a bunch of points for his team and spark the offense. But this guy has been aggressive from day one, and it doesn't matter where he is, he knows his role.
Pass to Whitmore. Jacks up a 3. Drops in the 3. Whitmore's got 6 here in the quarter.
They've got some ground to make up, and shooting the 3-ball more consistently like they are now should help them do it.
And timeout called by Ty Lue. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. For the Clippers, Zubac comes in for Simmons, and in for Bogdanovic. A minute 20 left in the second. Powell for 3. The Rockets pull it in.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's the great. He's got 15. Pass to Green. 5 on the clock. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be on Ivica Zubac. He's got his first free throws of the night right here. And both free throws good for Green.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Harden to pass to Zubac. 43 seconds left to play in the first half. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Fred VanVleet. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Landale's checked in for the Rockets. That's good from Harden.
There's so much talk about James Harden and how much he has just mastered the offensive end of the floor. What do you work on in the offseason? I don't know if there's much other than to stay as sharp as James Harden has been throughout his career.
And it's Whitmore missing. Los Angeles leading by 5. Pass to Harden. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Well, Los Angeles shooting a solid 50% throughout the second. Harden against Holiday. Out to Powell. Let's go with a 3. With the second effort. Misses at the rim. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Los Angeles up 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Greetings, everyone. Let's first take a look at the players of the week in the Western Conference. Luka Doncic.
This isn't the first, and it will not be the last one of these awards for Luka Doncic. A master at getting his own shot, as well as creating for others. Simply unstoppable on offense. Also a tremendous rebounder in his position.
So let's dig into that first half now, and what was a very solid performance for the Clippers.
Their bench has been strong. Guys coming in, accepting their roles, playing well in the minutes they're getting.
I'll take your word on this one, Kenny. You're the backup expert.
Glad you could join us. Brian Anderson and crew are ready.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there are still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, B.A., and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse. But some rebuilds take longer than others.
And so in the game for Los Angeles, Harden and Powell, their backcourt. Leonard and Batum, the duo at forward. And it's Zubac in at the 5.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Back to Harden. Lets the 3 fly. Kept alive. Out of bounds. The Clippers will keep possession. And taking a look at our 2K leaderboard, the best ball distributors amongst point guards. James Harden is second.
Well, we all know that assists are what you're looking for in a point guard. And these guys understand that. They love making their teammates better. I love it.
Those are some of the best basketball minds in the NBA. The way they think the game out there is remarkable. Always several steps ahead of the defense, finding the right angles, the right openings, and making one unbelievable play after another. You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Leonard outside. Powell outside. Batum outside. And Harden with the slam.
And we're pretty deep into his career, but James Harden still showing that burst.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie. Pass to Leonard. Oh, it's stolen away. An open look for Smith. Leonard pulls down the board. Leonard's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Out of bounds as Los Angeles keeps possession. Harden, the pass to Leonard. Back to Harden. And the jumper falls for him. Harden's got 14 points.
Oh, one of these monster nights from James Harden.
And despite his injury history, Kawhi still has the ability to take over games, Brent.
Yeah, does it feel, B.A., that Kawhi sometimes is even more patient and more deliberate in the way he delivers in games? I think he's the type of talent that can slow himself and the game down at his will and still be a lockdown defender. And the claw at work, just one reason why he's always a threat to lead the league in steals. Jump starts the fast break there.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He wants to review the game plan. All right, let's take a look at some numbers for him.
And during the last 5 games, he's been a force on the boards, really throwing his body at rebounds and trying to grab as many as he can. And that kind of effort has been noticed by his coaches and teammates.
Pass to Van Vliet. Here's the great. Smith with a screen on Leonard. Inside. Picked it out of midair.
What is that?
Here's Powell. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
I